Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How the heck are you?
Hey. Oh, I'm good.
Good.
Sorry.
Wednesday. And so what season is it? Winter. It's winter outside. It's cold in Kansas City.
What's your winter of the week?
Winter of the week is this right here. I saw this online. I was going to say, Jake and I, well, no. Jake, sorry.
Hey, how are you? It's Wednesday.
Hey! I give Missouri a hard time. We live in Kansas City. It's right on the state line. We live on the Kansas side. But you know what? It's time to make fun of somebody it's time to make fun of Kansas as a whole, the demographic of Kansas. And so, yeah, we live in a very wealthy county. Sometimes there's ridiculous people that are wealthy, and we just got to make fun of wealthy people sometimes. So, yeah, nasty storm, winter storm, cold around here. People's powers every once in a while are going out because trees are falling on power lines, etc., etc. Saw this post on social media the other day that said, my dog's house lost electricity, and I'm upset about it.
Thoughts and prayers.
No one in Missouri saying that. Like that's one of those things that's like, hey, that's why people don't like people from Kansas sometimes. Yeah. Is because you're complaining about something so just first world, like, come on. Like that's beyond first world problems. That's upper middle class problems. Why in the world does your dog even have electricity in a doghouse?
I'm closing my eyes trying to imagine it. And how big is it? Like, does he have, like, how big is the living space?
To me, I'm imagining it being like, hey, if Bo and Hattie really wanted to have a sleepover in the summer, they could go sleep over in the doghouse. That's how big this thing is.
So when we first moved to Stratford, my dad actually built our dog a doghouse. And because we had extra siding and extra shingles. So he made with himself like a very, very, very tiny dog house.
Okay.
The dog never used it. Okay. It was truly just like a project for him. If I would have asked if that house could have electricity, my dad would have shot me and the dog.
He would have shocked you with the electricity that you do have in your house.
I mean, that would never fly.
Like, why?
In Missouri. Yeah, that's so crazy. Just the things people find to complain about.
Unbelievable. Like, what's this dog hat? Like, besides a light, is it heated? Is it...
I'm wondering, does this dog have full heating?
Yeah.
In his doghouse?
Like, does his water just get dispensed and it's like the right temperature water?
Maybe it's like a gerbil and it's like running water comes out of that thing. And
also, why do you have a dog if you don't even want him in your house?
Yeah, if you were like, well, I want to pamper my dog.
Well, sure.
In his own quarters.
You have a nice house, probably.
I bet your house has electricity.
There's no way that this guy's living in a dump and got his dog house.
The nerve to publicly complain about it too. It's one thing to be like, this is embarrassing, but I feel bad for Sparky. Like his house doesn't have electricity. But then anyone else's doghouse lose power? This sucks.
Gosh, my dog's gonna be freezing cold. If only there was another solution to warm him up.
No, don't say his fur, because I just took him to the what's that called? The groomer.
Oh, groomer. Well, and don't say our house. Don't say our fireplace. Don't say
he likes it at 78. We keep our house way cooler than that.
78's ridiculous. It's is anybody else's power bill going way up because of their electric dog house? So anyway, we
just looked. Can't find much about electric doghouse online, but I did find a lot of other first world problems. Yeah. Maybe these are Johnson County problems.
Yep. Gene Short's upcoming video here.
This guy is complaining that this Christmas, Pringles decided that their tagline would be Pringle Bells. No, sorry. Pringles, instead of just using Pringle Bells, they keep using Merry Pringles. He's very upset by that. They've done it for years in a row.
He's like, just
do Pringle Bells.
Yeah. It's not a big deal, but man, do I hate it.
This person uploaded a picture, and it's very tropical. They have an amazing view, and it says the water in my infinity pool evaporated by a couple inches, so now it just looks like a regular pool. Which it does. It's sad now.
Just like, so you're telling me that the water doesn't just stay there and not fall over because of...
It doesn't, what's that fancy word? It doesn't... When it cascade down. Doesn't cascade. This person said, I gave $15 to Wikipedia to make the banner go away, but they are still asking me for $3.
Oh, that's rough.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
This looks like this guy is staying in the Bellagio Hotel and says the fountain outside my window is so loud. Really annoyed by that.
If I would have known, yeah.
This is a good one. They uploaded a picture too. I have so much legroom on this flight that I can't reach the pocket on the chair in front of me.
That's pretty good.
I want to adjust the temperature, but my thermostat is busy downloading an update.
Okay.
Rough.
Yeah, your smart thermostat that like works on your phone.
All right, this is the best one. My Hooters waitress is pregnant. So now I am seeing her as a person and a mother
God.
instead as a sex object. Oh, I actually don't know if that's first world problem. That that might be a degenerate problem.
I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning with Jake and Brad, Ghostrunners podcast. All right, Timon, do you have a number for this episode?
297.
All right. Ooh. Hey, welcome back.
Getting close to 298.
Yeah, Ghostrunners podcast, episode 297, presented by Good Ranchers.
Presented by Good. I had no idea we were so close to 298.
Yeah, we're like knocking on the door.
Hey, who is it?
You got electricity in there, Sparky? 298's next week.
298's next week. That's right. I think I want to start this off. I have, we had a little meeting yesterday, talk about the year. Mm-hmm. I feel like one of the things you tasked me with, or like I definitely, I want your help. I want to encourage you to be like our chief of innovation.
Yeah.
You didn't use those words, but
COI. Yeah,
coy.
I was like, you're kind of being coy right now, which is exactly what I want.
And so I was like, all right, I could do that. I want to start let's figure out ways to whatever it takes, marketing, distribution. Let's innovate. Got an idea already. Mm-hmm. Once a year, we will, for a brief period of time, stop doing Wednesday episodes.
Okay.
And we're going to supplement them with a short-term new podcast. And this new podcast, so it's like the same amount of work for us,
okay,
kind of.
Yeah.
But the new podcast will always have a theme, and it will always be us adventuring through something we've never experienced.
Okay.
So it could be, hey, this is going to be a 10-week season.
Yeah.
Jake and Brad watch every Avengers movie.
Okay.
And come back and talk about it.
Fun.
It's like something we've never done before. I've never seen Lord of the Rings. We could read those books. We could watch those movies.
I like this.
Star Wars. We could even do 10 weeks we're going to take a boxing class.
We we talked about this, Joel Harney, Jake and Brad try. Remember that?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Ooh, I like this idea.
And so it's I thought of that first. That's just a fun thing. I think that's it's just a fun thing. We get to go experience something and tell people about it. Right. For 10 weeks, we're going to watch every episot of The Bachelor. And we're just going to become a Bachelor podcast.
Okay, we'll put that on the bottom of
it. While the episodes are airing. It can be fun. But I think it could also be fun from maybe a marketing standpoint, growth of the podcast standpoint is maybe diehard ghosties are wow, well, I'm missing my Wednesday episodes. Even if I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, I still want more Jacob Brown. I want to go listen to them.
Right.
So hopefully we still retain a lot of our normal listeners. But at the same time, what a great opportunity to gain new listeners because we're doing such an original, fun thing that has a big following already.
Well, I like this. I like this a lot.
So I don't know if it's what's a summer.
Yeah.
We do it twice a year. I don't know. But it's for a brief period of time, we do episodic, seasonal type podcasts. And we start a new one every time.
Yeah. People, and people know it's coming, this is fun. Okay.
This is cool.
Timon signs off on it.
Timon, would you like to be the editor of that podcast too?
Sure.
Okay.
That's the only one I was nervous about.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
So,
yeah,
I had that thought yesterday while I was leaving McLean's. I was like, I'm going to text Brad right now. I was like, no, hey, give him some time. He's sledding with his kids.
He's sledding
with his kids. I don't need to bother him right now. I don't need to be
simmer.
coy all the time. So I've been sitting on him, been thinking about it the last 24 hours. And it could be a fun little thing.
No, I think that's really fun. I like the idea of episodic kind of style of something.
Yeah, it's there is a defined start and finish to this.
Yes. Which is so anti Ghostrunners.
It's the opposite of what we've done, but could be cool.
Which is, that's
We're going to watch these 12 Marvel movies. You know
Sure.
exactly what they are at the
Yeah.
beginning. You know when the episodes are coming out.
and they can follow along. They can if you know this. Hey, it's Captain America week.
hey,
It's Captain America week, guys.
hey, get your red, white, and blue out.
Yeah, you can
Chris Evans
participate
week.
that way. Yeah, so that's fun.
So that's my first idea.
First,
It might be the. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's all I have right now.
okay, yeah, but great first idea.
So I don't know what we call it, but
Oh yeah,
I think it'd be fun. So let us know, ghosties. Give us some comments. Maybe post in the Facebook group themes and topics of things we could explore.
because it could be something consumable like a show or a movie or whatever, or it could be
Intermittent fasting or something.
Or,
75 hard.
right. Or we drove until I don't know what, like road trip to XYZ and whatever. I don't know.
We're going to end up becoming like Mr. Beast YouTubers by the end of it. You know, it's like we're just pushing ourselves to do crazy.
Yeah.
We're testing 10 myths every week.
Yeah.
How can your car get to the end of the speedometer?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
We could do like house swap. Where
become reality TV stars.
Yeah.
House swap is fun.
House swap.
Get Timon involved.
We could.
Swap with him.
Holy cow.
What are things you've never seen, read, experienced? What are some other ideas we could do?
Great question, Jake. Well, something I've never seen. A dog with one leg and no ears. I've never seen that. No, yeah, I've never seen it. Let's think here. I don't know. One thing that I wrote down that I was like, there's no way that this is interesting to anybody. As far as I don't get this. I don't know why people do this. Bird watching, dude. Bird watching. I don't know. People get so into it.
Bird watching. Is this just literally just watching birds or taking pictures? Because I can get bird photography. That's kind of cool.
That's birdography.
The birdography. Early Pokemon game that one of my friends had was kind of like bird watching, but there was a Pokemon somewhere and you had to take a picture of it.
Pokemon Snap. I loved it.
It was called Pokemon Snap?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was N64, I think.
Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, that would be birdography.
I can't imagine. Maybe if I'm going somewhere, if I'm on Hawaii on a hike, that's the fun part. And then you see birds, cool. But people that look out their window and they're like, that right there is a yellow-bellied grackle. And I am excited about it.
I think fish spotting would be way more fun. Fish
snorkeling.
watching.
Yeah.
Just snorkel and try to find these 10 fish. Fish bingo.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I'm not going to put bird watching on the list.
Fish bingo, though.
Fish bingo, though.
Yeah.
Fish bingo.
So
Scuba diving. You're scuba?
I've scoobed.
Did you have to go train?
No, because I've done it in someone's backyard and the Bahamas. So pretty chill.
Did you do it on your honeymoon?
No,
Oh, okay. Different time.
different Bahamas.
Somebody's back. What are you talking about?
This was on the limo trip. We were
Okay.
supposed to go snorkeling out in I forgot what happened. They didn't have enough suits or something happened with the boat. And so we just did it in a guy's in-ground pool in his backyard. We got fully decked out in scuba gear. And
Really?
just it was for the content, basically. And just made a video in the backyard. But yeah, I scoobed. Scoobed.
I think that'd be fun. It'd be fun to get down there.
I just started writing down things I've never seen or read. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Marvel movies. Anything else you'd add to that?
I haven't seen any of those things. Well, no, I've seen some Marvel movies and Harry Potter. Let's see. It's hard to think off the top of my head about it, but
Timon, anything you?
There's a lot of things I haven't seen.
Yeah, that's a good point.
you know what?
I think I've seen one or two Marvel movies, maybe.
Okay.
I don't think I've really experienced California. I mean, I've been to LA when I was 8th grade. I've been to San Diego recently, but I don't know much about California
California cities. I'll even type in Midwest cities.
or really just the western part of the United States. I've not had
Yeah.
much experience.
Hey, national parks. Write that down.
I love national parks. Yeah, that'd be fun. National parks would be really fun.
What if I just write down hobbies? Each week, it's a new. You have to
Yeah,
just dip your toe into a hobby.
yeah.
I got an ant farm this week. Sucks. I don't know if that's as fun because I think you need to bring in an audience that already exists. Like Harry Potter is massive,
Right.
So I think it's a way of like, oh, this is hilarious. I love this thing. I get to hear these two funny guys talk about this thing I already love.
Yeah.
All right, we can keep thinking.
That's fun.
Here's my idea.
You mentioned that I went sledding with my kids, and
What
I
else
did,
you do?
and it was really fun. I don't know. We just, I picked them up, and they were so pumped. Well, first of all, I went to Walmart to get them. I was like,
The sleds look good.
oh yeah, dude. They were the worst though.
Oh, really?
They did not function one iota.
Really?
Yeah. So I went to Walmart, like thinking, is that the best place to go for a sled?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Sleds are us when I have business.
that's true. And tough sledders. I don't know.
You ever done a tough sledder? Not worth it.
An ultra sled in my neighborhood one time. No, but like, yeah, just I could find 3 sleds, 3 options, like those saucer ones, and then this one that was $45. That was like almost like a boogie board that they put handles on. Like it was like that kind of like foam, like light foam material, but a little bit more
$45?
slick. Yeah. Like at first I saw them and they were on a pallet like in the middle, and I was like, cool. And then I saw the price tag. I was like, no way. Because I thought like, oh, I'll get 2 of these. Like I bet they're like maybe $20 each. That's a little expensive, but whatever. Who cares?
Sounds like we need to get in the sled industry. Sell a couple of those in the acai shop.
Yeah, I maybe I'm at the wrong spot. Like maybe McDonald's, maybe Walmart was. Maybe I should have gone to Home Depot or something. But I don't think that's better for that. So anyway, luckily found what I was really pumped about: a Frozen, like Elsa and Olaf sled, and a
Perfect.
Spider-Man sled, and the kids Hattie and Bo were so excited about them. And I also had to scout out a hill because
You had to go hill scouting.
yeah, like, because when you grow up around somewhere, you're like, oh, that's the sledding hill. That's a great hill for sledding. But like around here, I've never sled. I don't know what the good spot is.
I'll know that one. It's like you could see it from the highway. It's like what's it called? Like University Park or College Park. It's a huge hill.
Which highway?
435.
Really?
Something like the south side. I don't know. Big building. Can't tell what they do there, but got a big old hill in the front of it.
Interesting.
I'll point it out to you next time.
435. And like Shawnee Mission Parkway, you think?
No. Like by Brookridge almost, like South 435.
Oh, you're way down there.
Way down there.
Oh, Jake. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
There's plenty of hills in Kansas City.
All right,
I
I just
was
said-
trying to find one like in our area.
It's a really good hill.
So I found one in a park, and I was like, that's a good hill. I think it's good enough. We get there, and literally, I bet 30 seconds, maybe 20 seconds in, Bo already has said the words, I want to go home.
Dang it.
Like the saucers, I tried to push them down once with the saucers. Terrible. Like they fell off. They kind of tipped over on them. They went like 3 feet down. Like they didn't go very far at all. Tipped over. And I'm like, this might just be a huge fail.
When you got to the hill, were there tracks of other people? Had there been sledders before you?
There was looked like one other party before us. Yes.
I feel like that's a good sign. Like,
Yeah.
all right, we came to the right place.
Yeah. No,
People
it was
sled here.
it was a perfect size for those kids. Because like you can obviously find the biggest hill ever, but with big hills, they have to walk back up them. And little kids struggle.
The video
to
of
walk.
Bo walking up was pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he was just like Hattie did pretty well, like running up. But Bo, man, I mean, sometimes it looked like he took a step and he didn't move, like he didn't go anywhere up that
Walking
hill.
in place.
Because we had a great hill in Olathe, but it was so hard to walk back up.
You need a ski lift.
Yeah, you got to find the balance there. So I felt like this one was a great one, and it ended up being awesome. But like, yeah, at first Bo was just not about it. He got snow in his face. Hattie's mitten fell off, and so her hand was all cold. Luckily, she had a great attitude about it. But I'm like, gotta get that mitten back on before she freaks out. But then I pushed Hattie down once in the red, like classic sled. Pushed her down and she flew down there, dude. And Bo saw that and he just started laughing and getting so
Yeah.
excited. I was like, Bo, you want to do that? He goes, yeah, I want to do that. So went together a bunch of times with Hattie and Bo, pushed them down. They were having a blast. And then one time, like Hattie wanted to go by herself. And so then I was like, Bo, you want to go by yourself? He did great because I told him to sit on his bottom. Next time he's going by himself, I just pushed him without realizing he was on his knees.
Okay.
He started going down and like this hill, like, I mean, it has like a pretty good like little curb.
When you get done with the
It
hill.
doesn't. It didn't. They didn't like jump by any means, but like I mean, it was a pretty good little thing there. And he's going down on his knees, and he hits that bump, and just like flies forward off of the sled, and just like it was like classic like camp thing. Like if you know that a kid is a little bit nervous or a little bit scared, you just hype the heck out of them. So
That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. You're not hurt. You're not hurt.
Like Bo's just got an entire face of snow, and he's just screaming, "Dad, Dad!" I'm like, Bo, that was incredible. That was the greatest thing. You did it, man. That's awesome. And of course, he's just screaming and crying. He's like, I want to go home. I don't want to do this anymore. I was like,
What?
Why, dude? Like,
Because of how awesome you are? What in the world?
And he was done for the day. Hattie probably went another 10 times, but Bo, that spooked him too much. So it was a great first experience sledding with them, and I'm excited to do more. But Hattie's already like, Dad, can we go again today?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so she's all about it. So if we wrap up this freaking episode in time, maybe I'll go.
Dude, that's what probably. So I saw that you guys went sledding in all the videos, and then probably 2 hours later, I saw something on my Instagram, and maybe you've seen it. Because I was like, I wish I would have seen this beforehand. A guy rigged up this thing where he brought his drill with him. You seen this video?
No, but I love it so far.
And then brought, what looked like a spool of like string with him, maybe rope.
He like,
And then installed, like drilled in like a pretty decent like bolt into the spool.
Okay.
And then got the right, drill bit to go along with it. So his daughter would go down sledding and holding onto the rope, or maybe be attached to the sled or whatever. And then when she gets done sledding, then he plugs the drill into it and then just cranks her back up the hill.
and it worked?
Yeah.
Really?
So I don't know if it's a crazy high powered drill or she just didn't weigh very much, but it worked for him.
That's cool. I mean, I could imagine it would be working like with just the sled, but like to have like to pull up kids, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I do have like, not trying to brag, but I have like the best drill you could like money can buy. So if anybody's drill is going to do it, it's my drill.
What is, it's so interesting, like other industries, like the best, like with that camera gear, it's like the best money can buy is like, it can be so expensive.
Right.
But when it comes to woodworking, the very best drill in the world.
Yeah.
How much it cost?
$650.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. But like
that's such an
most
important
drills
piece.
are anywhere from 40 to maybe $150 or $200. So this one is like 3 times more than any normal, like it's just like a very like can do all sorts of different things and has different attachments and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's so interesting. So interesting. These industries can have such different price points.
Yeah.
Just like you can make just as much money building something as you can photographing something. But why is this industry, why is the barrier so much more?
Yeah.
People complain about pickleball, like it just gets so expensive. It's like the most expensive thing you can buy is a piece of essentially plastic for like $300. And then it's free to play. Everything is free. Like go play golf if you think pickleball is expensive.
Right.
But then other sports like golf, it's like how expensive. The nicest gear, I mean, you could spend 10 grand filling up a bag of the nicest gear.
People are complaining about pickleball being too expensive.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people are always going to find a way to complain about anything, but they're like, I just feel like the balls are cracking and it's starting to add up.
That's funny. I was about to say like the balls, you could use a ball 30 times.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah, for months.
versus like tennis, it's a very comparable thing to pickleball. Rackets are more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
The ball, you don't use a tennis ball very long. I don't know. But
Yeah. Anyway, I was just curious. Yeah, I would not have even known what to guess. The most expensive drill you can buy. $650.
I think it's the most expensive one. It's a Festool drill, and it's like very high powered, very nice. It was one of those things. I bought it used from a guy, but $650.
Wow. Timon, if you had unlimited money, what camera setup would you get?
Good question.
Brad, write down what he says for his Christmas bonus next year.
You bet, buddy.
Ah, man. It's tough because I know what I'd get in like 10 years when I feel like I have more experience and stuff. Because I feel like if I got like a crazy camera, I wouldn't match that right now. But I don't know, probably like a
Camera's imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Suffering from it.
some Sony Cinema camera probably.
Sony Cinema camera.
Sony Cinema.
Yeah, that's real specific.
FX6
Spell
maybe. Maybe Sony FX6.
What about FX30 time? That's got to be better than FX6.
Not full frame though.
Oh, that's right.
It's a
Sorry.
crop sensor. Come on, man.
But 30, to me seems like it would be 5 times better than the FX6.
Makes sense.
Makes sense that the
But
FX.
it's not full frame.
Oh. Ooh. Quarter
Yeah.
frame, eighth frame,
24
4
frame.
thirds.
24th
Okay.
frame. 24-bit.
24 bit per second.
Maybe FX3. Hey,
FX3.
FX3.
that's more feasible, right?
FX3. And what lenses would you have?
A whole lot.
Whole
Okay.
lot. See if B&H Photo sells whole lots.
Probably the
Whole lot bundles.
Whole lot.
the 12
Two
to
words?
12 to 200 f1.2.
12 to 2.
Whole lot 12 to
An
200
impossible lens.
I was going to say, does that exist?
point.
That would be
2.
amazing.
In 10 years. Got it.
Point as like a period or like its own word?
Like PowerPoint. Point and
Pointing
point and
emoji, please.
Point and shoot.
Okay, the Olympus 12 to 200 review. It's a 12 to 200 mm review. That's the model.
Million.
One lens to rule them all.
Cool. All right. Now we know.
Yeah.
How much is the FX3?
Let's see. FX3, just a cool 3.3 thousand.
3.3K.
Yeah.
One of the
Or 3.8.
lower end cinema lines, but it's crazy expensive though.
Okay.
What do you mean by cinema lines? Like what makes something go from like a good camera to like cinematic? Like what technologically
Good question.
makes that happen?
That is a good question because I feel like if you get like a A7 IV, which is like not considered a cinema camera,
Pretty close to what I use, what we have.
yeah, and then like an FX3, which is like the lowest of the cinema line. I don't know
It's got to be some tech, like some.
because you can still they both shoot like in log, and like can be color graded to probably look the exact same. Look up log, please.
I would guess it's just like it's little stuff that no one would notice. Like the dynamic range is much better
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the like 10-bit versus 8-bit, 4K at 120 frames per second instead of just 60.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Log, a chunk of wood.
That's what time and things both cameras have.
Yeah, both of them are log. Both of them are chunks of wood. I could build you one of these probably, Time.
Remember when
Save you a
log
bunch of money.
started weaseling its way into math? Like all of a sudden logs were a part of what you had to do.
Did not like that stage of math.
It started to get harder.
I
at
really
that point.
struggled with like inverse sine, like
Cosine.
what's
Log.
what's the L in? What's that one? Because there's log and then there's a linear. Is that linear log? L in? Remember
sure
that?
if I know about this or remember it.
It killed me. I don't know.
I don't know.
L in math meaning
Natural logarithm.
natural log.
Yes, because
Natural
Bo Burnham has a line talking about Duraflame, the unnatural log. I still remember that.
log. Oh, Bo.
Okay, start fires if you want. Yeah, because when we threw the eyes in there, imaginary numbers didn't throw me off too much. It was a little I didn't know why we were doing it.
Yeah.
You know, like, all right, this is imaginary. This is not, this is a weird phase, but I can still get the right answer.
Right.
Once we were logging and signing, I got a little tricky.
Dude, yeah. If you could go back and do school again, would you ask a lot more questions?
Oh, that's fun to think about. I don't often think about the past very well. So let's see. I would be quite the businessman. I know. I would definitely find like a problem that's going on with our school and like find a way to like solve it, I think.
Yeah.
As far as in the classroom, I bet how I conducted myself is about how I would do it now. Like crack a joke from time to time, but definitely try to still be respectful to the teacher and get my work done. If you want to copy off me, go for it.
I just wish I like there were so many times where I was like, I'm so confused. But I'll just figure this out later, or I'll ask Scott. Especially with math. Like I was just like, man, I don't quite get it, but I don't like. And maybe I would muster up the courage to say like, can you explain that a little more?
I see what you're saying.
And then they explain it, and I'm still confused.
Like, well, I'm not gonna ask again.
Exactly. Whereas now, I think I'd be a little more just like, hey, humbly, like, I'm sorry, I still don't get this.
Can I like talk to you afterwards?
Yes.
Like you're not as ashamed to do that stuff now.
No, I was such like school was so transactional for me. It was like, go, leave. Like get out of there as quick as you can. Like get to the parking lot so you avoid traffic. Like I did not want to be there any longer than I had to be. And I wish I could have like embraced it more, I think.
I definitely, by the time college was over, I mean, I feel like my sister and I are so similar. I couldn't believe that she wanted to continue going to school, or the fact that Rachel is still in school. Like,
Yeah.
you guys aren't sick of this?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Because
Like-
it just feels like a task to be completed so that you can do X, Y, Z.
I was so ready to do
Right.
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, it would be interesting if you could go back knowing, what you know now, like how much more inquisitive would you be? How much more like conversational would you be? Yeah. How much would I probably not let teachers get by, like not doing like a good job? At the time I probably didn't even recognize it, but it's like, I think you're just being lazy and not grading our papers. And that's why this is participation only or, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I also was just on my phone all the time texting people. That
Really?
probably didn't help the confusion in calculus. That was like the one class I'm like, don't get on your phone and text. Like, just get off your phone. But,
So you went sledding.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do after you sledded?
yeah. Are you talking about the truck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truck guy.
Yeah. I worked on a deal because I'm buying a new truck.
Dealing.
Wheeling and dealing.
Yep, with wheels.
That's why they call it that.
Yeah, it's truck buying.
Yeah, you're wheeling.
Auto
of
sales.
course. And wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Wheeling and dealing. Yeah, it was, dude, I don't know. I think I was going to say I like the buying process and the negotiating, but I don't know if that's true. Like, I think in my head, it like sounds like a really fun opportunity. But then when I'm actually in the trenches of like kind of, being difficult with this person, I'm like, man, I'm sorry. I'll give in. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, not truly, but like, you and I had talked and we were talking about numbers and all this stuff. And it's like, this thing's been on the lot a little bit, so maybe I can leverage that, blah, blah, blah. And so I tried to, like, and I purposely went like way lower than I thought I was going to get the car for. Like,
Be in the middle.
they had a price, I went 3,000 under that and thinking like, okay, they're not going to take that. But if I only go 1,500 under that, then they're going to come back with something 700, whatever.
Makes sense.
And so I just felt like I just hurt this guy's feelings. Like we had a rapport, and then all of a sudden he's just like,
Like you lost him a little bit.
oh, wow. Oh,
This guy's an
Okay.
actor. This guy played you.
honestly, maybe.
This guy deals with this every day.
That's the other aspect of it is like, I think because of 90s TV shows, I have such a preconceived notion of who used car salesmen are.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, I bet that guy, like, they went out to look at my truck to like see how much they'd value at a trade in. And I have all these like scripture memory cards, like,
Dude, I saw those in your truck. I didn't know what was on the front of them, but it looked like someone was pranking you.
yeah,
Is what I
look,
thought.
yeah. So I'm trying to, memorize things so they're right there and whatever. So I just see them more. And so this guy comes back and he's like, I love your scriptures in your truck.
Ooh, that's going to make it tough.
And then later I was like, is he lying about that? Like that's how in deep I am with like, I don't trust anything this guy's saying.
Yeah.
Like, well, this is how the price, whatever. And so, I had called my friend Ian 2 days ago and was just like, tell me how, because he used to work at a used car dealership.
Maybe he would know the best scriptures for you to put in your truck
Yeah,
before going into there.
Yeah, that'd be good to like.
Do you think you
have,
respond better
very
to New Testament or Old Testament?
passive aggressive like things in there? But I was like, just tell me how car dealerships work. Like when they say they don't have wiggle room, is that a load of hooey?
Mm-hmm.
And he basically was like, it just depends on the dealership. Some of them are just priced to sell right away. Some of them have margin. But I think with the internet, like has kind of messed with all that because now you can't just be like, well, I'm going to sell it for this much. Because if somebody 20 miles down the road is going to sell the exact same car for way less, you're going to be like, well, what? You can just show them that. You don't have to. You don't have to go back and forth and talk to people, And so anyway, all to say, I got them down, but not nearly as much as I was hoping to get them down.
Okay.
So then I'm like,
Sounds like you still won.
I still won, but that's what it is for me. Is it's a competition rather than just like just be grateful. Like everything online says this is a great price, but of course I want like $500. So I was like talking to Catherine. I was like, okay, like best case scenario. What's going on over there, Tom?
Sorry.
No, best case scenario, I knock off $500 off this, which $500 is still $500.
When you see it in cash,
it's a lot
it's
of
like,
money.
wow, we're just gonna toss this
100%.
aside like it's nothing.
Yeah, but it's like, but worst case scenario, they sell it to somebody else, and I have to do this whole process again. And I really like this, so whatever.
And how into this is Catherine? Does Catherine care that you're negotiating? Does she want updates, or are you just kind of telling her updates?
She's been very, very interested when I tell her, but like she's not like I almost bought it without even like confirming that it was okay with her.
I mean, that's what I did with my student loans last week. I was like, I think we can afford it. Rachel doesn't even have to log into our bank.
I was gonna say, I think Catherine just trusts me a lot. I think she's knowledgeable of our finances, knowledgeable of what I do for the finances, and so therefore I think she knows how I research things, and she knows like, okay, if Brad's doing this,
you've proven it to her that you make sound decisions.
I think she's also kind of seen like the last like week and a half, I've just been scouring the internet for trucks, like almost to the point where I think it's affected me negatively, to the point where I'm like, stressed about like, or in a bad mood about something. Cause I'm like,
too much scouring.
Yeah, seriously. My first like nicer truck that I bought, I literally didn't have any knowledge of anything. Like I didn't even look at a Carfax report for this thing. Like
no Carfax.
And then I went and did all the minivan process with that guy. And I learned so much about what to look for in cars and how to do it. And so now I'm almost like too good or like too knowledgeable.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
I don't know. There's got to be a psychological principle for like, once you learn about an industry, you'll never be able to turn your brain off from it again. Yeah. There's examples of this, I feel like, in our own lives all the time. Like once I start making videos, now I look at movies, video, anything. Every time I'm on Instagram, I look at it differently than how I would have if I never would have made these.
Well, and I think also just like when you see prices of things, it just kills you. Because it's like look at pickleball paddles. You know how much it costs for a pickleball paddle to be made. Yeah. And you're like, that's insane. I know that's the exact same paddle that Friday Pickleball makes. Like that's the exact same one. It just says something different, or its label is something different. Yeah. And it's twice as much money, 3 times as much. It's like, that is so annoying. That's how I feel with like furniture. I'm like, that is not even real wood. Like that cost them $5 to make this table that they're charging. Whatever. And it's just so hard. And so I'm like, I know they're taking advantage of me. But man, I want this
do
truck.
anything about it.
You just want to be like, I want to learn how to build my own.
Ever since I started looking for Bondi Bulls locations in Kansas City, I've just thrown myself into this world of commercial real estate, a world I knew nothing about. But all of a sudden, now I drive past strip malls and I see them differently, and I can't turn it off. Yeah, but like you'll just drive past somewhere and it's like Overland Park Photo Supply. I'm like, I know how much it costs. To lease that out. How in the world are they affording that? Yeah. Who's buying a lens in person these days? Like, what are these people doing? Like, any kind of like shop, it's just like in a nice area. It's like, how are they doing that? I know how much this costs now. Yeah. Or any kind of like vacancy, you just notice any like, oh, okay, that's a nice spot. Opened up.
Yeah, exactly. Your world, changes the way you see things. I remember talking to somebody at Grande Boo. I think it was Paul Bryant Holyfield.
Great guy.
Great name.
Yeah.
I think it's you, Paul, who does maintenance on apartment complexes. I believe that's what he does. Anyway, handyman kind of guy. I could be totally wrong. This could be somebody else.
It's a fun made up story that you've created.
But I'm like, okay, so now every time you go in any building, are you always thinking about the HVAC systems?
Oh, it'd be impossible not to.
Oh, yeah. Everyone. Like we were talking about at Chick-fil-A, and I remember just thinking like, I bet he's thinking, well, okay, interesting vent right there.
I would have put that somewhere else.
I bet that's right about code. I don't know, like.
I wonder, we could just talk about this for another hour, but like, even like, take someone like Rachel, who is now being professionally trained on how to like essentially listen to people. Yeah. Every conversation, is she feeling what they would feel with an HVAC system, or she's like, wow, that's not a great way to like ask them the right question, or like, that's not how I would have responded to that. Or I don't know.
That is interesting.
Because hers is much more casual in a sense, but it's everywhere.
Is there some things that are just naturally like you can't completely do that because you're a human and you're talking? You can't just always like be thinking that way
from a counseling perspective.
Yeah, sometimes you're just like, if Jake says something crazy, I'm going to react crazily. You know what I mean? Like,
I would love to see Rachel react crazily, or me react crazily. We haven't had that talk yet.
What? Yeah, I feel like Rachel's not like a super high emotions girl.
No, not unless she's really cozy.
Yeah. And then she's supposed to tell everybody.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Rachel could be, she's taken 4 different naps on the couch trying to get through this one Ted Lasso episode. Or she's so tired. Like, let's just go to bed. Let's just go. It's 8:30. You're exhausted. And then the second we get in bed, like, it's so cozy in here. I mean, she's bouncing on the walls. Like, what is this? She's like, I'm just so excited because how cozy it is.
Dude, I don't know what happened last night. Catherine like was just like working on her computer and like doing stuff. And then all of a sudden it was like a light switch flipped. And she was just like dramatically tired. Like, just like almost like she was like dying or something. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I mean, it'd be like if we were like in the middle of a conversation for the podcast and all of a sudden,
did you
oh
tranquilize
my gosh,
me?
I have to, oh my gosh, and I'm just like, well, go to bed. It's like, I can't yet. I have to debone the chicken. I have to fold this laundry. I have to do a little bit more prep work for this thing. And I'm like, I was like, put the chicken in the fridge and do it later. Like,
Yeah.
She was just acting like, it was just amazing. Like the mood just completely shifted on a dime. I don't know what happened.
That is pretty funny. Just it's like when sometimes like going to the bathroom hits you, but for her it was like tiredness that normally you can kind of see coming.
That's the perfect analogy. That's the perfect thing.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Oh my! I need to be in bed in the next 3 minutes.
I have to go to bed.
I need to be laying down in the next 5 minutes. If you catch my drift.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, she didn't want to like go. I'm like, just go. Give in.
Listen to your body.
Yeah. You're tired. And then you might go to bed and then be like, well, I'm not tired anymore because I waited too long.
I'm so excited about sleeping.
I don't know. Anyway, wives are wild, man.
Wives be wild.
Hey, man, wives
muchacho.
are wild. All right, I had to take a quick break there, do some technical things because Timon is a technical guy. We're sponsored by Main Street Roasters.
Who are also technical.
Technically, they're the greatest coffee company of all time.
Yes, they are. MainStreetRoasters.com. If you're a new listener, then let us introduce you to our friend called Main Street Roasters. They're a small town, family-owned coffee shop up in Indiana, and they have been our longest standing advertisers, sponsors, supporters, friends. Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, maybe family. They're great though. They sell coffee, they sell beans, they sell grounds. They can private label it for you. They even sell mugs. They got their own merch. Anything that you would want a coffee shop to sell, they sell it.
Yeah, and they sell it well.
They sell well.
It's not just like, here's some beans.
They don't make those noises. Tell them the noises they do make when they sell them. See?
That's the grinder.
Let me ask you, would you rather have nah or yeah. Big difference.
Yeah.
You hear that?
It's also sweet, like you see all the personalized touches they give you when they send it to you. They'll send you a little note,
A little card that when you open it, it makes the motorcycle sound. You know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's this? From Main Street Roasters.
They wear lipstick, so they put a little kiss on it.
Spray the perfume on it.
Yeah.
They do a lot of they really go above and beyond, but they're great and they support us and they're even giving you guys 10% off with promo code GRKC. So it's wintertime, cozy up, nice cup of coffee.
There's nothing like a nice cup of coffee in the wintertime.
Just smell it.
It's so nice. Put it on your hands. Don't even have to drink it. Like, I enjoy coffee just holding coffee.
Yeah, you know those Neutrogena commercials where they always like go over the top and like splash their face with water? Do that with just a bag of coffee.
That sounds like
start your day with
sounds like an all right time.
coffee grounds your hand and just sprinkled in there.
Love it.
That'll be good. I just thought of one thing I meant to mention when we were talking about Truck, the Bible verses thing.
Yeah.
I do think it'd be great to put very specific verses in there the next time this exact scenario comes up. Like, put in the verse that says, "Thou shalt not murder."
Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, like, yeah, I just
Been trying to remember that one.
if I don't have the reminder,
Yeah.
you never know what could happen."
My road rage, it's clinically diagnosed.
Yeah, it's a real problem.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be able to cut it down to the price I offered, right? And like that's, I think you
Right?
segue that right into there.
That's good.
While I was cleaning the house last night, I put The Office on. Actually, I'll tell you what I did. First I was like, you know what? Chiefs play on Peacock.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to get Peacock. Let's bite the bullet. So get Peacock. I'm like, The Office would be great to put on while I'm cleaning because I don't really need to watch it. It's like when you do woodworking. You get on Peacock homepage. It says now playing Shrek. I was like, you know what? Yeah.
Now playing?
Yeah, so I watched all of Shrek while I cleaned last night. Yeah, just by myself, vacuuming, cleaning out, just watch Shrek.
That would be a great thing for me to walk up on. Like, oh, I needed to go.
We need
deliver
to
this
borrow
thing.
something.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. Get
I'm a
some
believer.
He's just like, yeah, you're like doing like vacuuming all around. Then I saw her face. I'm like, hey man,
Oh, it's not what it looks like.
you missing Rachel or what's going on here?
That wasn't even what I was going to bring up. But yeah, Shrek is great. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. There's a couple jokes that I didn't get when I watched it as a kid. It was good music. Just all-star to
Yeah.
start it.
Yep.
I'm a believer. Closing credits. That's a good one.
That whole like montage they do at the closing credits is fun.
That's a great one. I love the fight scene when he first sees Lord Farquaad. And they're like, first one to kill the ogre, wins. And it's
I don't give down your reputation. Yeah. That's a great one.
That's a great
Hallelujah.
song.
The Rufus Wainwright version of Hallelujah is in there.
That song came on as I was unloading the dishwasher, and I had the thought last night. I was like, I think this was my introduction to this song.
Yeah.
I think it was the first time I heard it.
I thought, yes, same. I
think it was.
didn't know that there was a version of it before that.
Yeah,
And I like Rufus Wainwright's version, like the Shrek version more.
really. I don't think I do.
Really?
It didn't do it for me last night. Maybe it's because I was doing the dishes.
Like, I don't know, cleaner.
Spick and span.
Jeff Buckley, like, oh, there was a secret chord. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't mind that.
You like the rasp.
Yeah. What else was I going to say about Shrek?
What were some jokes that you remember?
The one I can remember is it's just like an establishing shot when they first they finally get to Duloc or whatever. It's Shrek and Donkey's first kind of, that's a act one of the movie. They're coming out of a cornfield and they're like taking in the whole like estate, and the camera starts up and it shows that it says you parked in Lancelot.
Oh,
Because it is a parking lot. So it's just got play on words with medieval Lancelot. I never got that as a kid.
Yeah.
I never thought about it being like the name of a parking lot or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was one thing I noticed. Like, oh yeah. Didn't understand that back in the day.
That's
just like
that's a
other
fun one
references.
to rewatch. Mm-hmm. Good for you.
Yeah, it was fun to put on.
That'll be a fun one someday for the kids.
Yeah.
Once we introduce them to sarcasm.
Yeah. The whole reason I ever brought that up is because I did get to the office. Cleaning took a little while. And I ended up watching the episode of John Grotti or whatever his name is. And that would be you with the Bible verse, I feel like. Like, I could make things very difficult for you.
I could be very persuasive.
I could, very persistent. And he knocks over the coat rack. Wow, look at that, folks. An unpredictable, whatever he says.
Yeah.
Thing in our lives.
That's perfect. Yeah, like some kind of passive aggressive way of doing it. Dude, one of my this is just so Brad, and this is not Jake. I just know you're gonna just laugh at this because I filled up my current truck 2 days ago with gas, and it kills me that I'm giving it to him with like 3/4 of a tank. It kills me.
It kills you.
I'm
Siphon it, baby. Siphon it, put in some jugs.
Doesn't kill me that much because I feel like if I tried to do that, I would get it all over myself.
You would drink a lot of gas. So that's a crazy science thing. Not talked about enough. The fact that siphoning works that way.
I don't even know how it works.
You start like by sucking and getting like the gas, liquid, whatever, going that way. And then once it like starts going, it keeps going.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like it'll like without any kind of like
that's
vacuuming
enough
or
pressure
sucking.
to get it out.
Once it starts, like liquid will continue to flow through that like tube.
So there's no way of stopping it, or is there like can you valve it off or
Maybe,
something?
you raise it up.
Okay. Yeah. Gravity still works.
Gravity's a little stronger than siphoning.
Yeah. No, I mean whatever. It was $65 to fill up my truck the other day.
He's getting 3/4 of it.
I drove around for fun this morning. I was like, this is my gas. I had like 20 minutes before I needed to be here. I was like, I'm just going to drive around. So like West Shawnee, I was just driving.
I'd rather give it to the atmosphere than to this guy. I'd rather they deal with it.
Oh man. I'm like, do you guys need me to do any errands for you? I'll go to Olathe and
Need me
back.
to scout anything? Hey, you need to look at, I'll look. You need me to look
Yeah, I'll go check it out real quick.
You need me to go to town center? I'll go to town center.
I was just like, anyway, and I told that to Catherine, and Catherine totally resonated with me. She's like, "Oh,
Good.
that stinks. Dang, that does hurt." I'm like, "Yes, it does." So.
I guess this isn't the exact same thing, but I feel like when I am returning a rental car, they get a really good deal when I fill up right before I return it. Because the nice thing about cars is when you're fully full, it takes a while I mean, you can drive for 30 minutes before it even moves.
I've been watching it today, trying to make it move. I've been like revving it up as I'm driving. Yeah, dude, I know. Sometimes it's not. It's like it like goes like in intervals of when it moves.
I feel like the first 50% goes way slower than the last 50%, and especially the first 10%. There's no movement.
Yeah.
And so like sometimes I will return a rental car, and I filled up like 20 like miles actually before I dropped it off. But they wouldn't know. It still looks pretty full.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like I got them.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it's like, I forgot, I'm in a hurry. There's a gas station right by the rental car place. I'm going to give it to them.
Yeah.
Like fully full.
Yeah.
Well done. You beat me.
You got me. You got me on that one.
You got me.
Well, these days you can also see like the digital, like however many miles to empty. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
So be careful.
Think about that.
Be careful with what kind of rental car you got.
Okay.
Anyway, it was just like whatever. It's fine. Also, I mean, just another, I guess that's I don't know if it's cheapskate move, but like a weird, like doesn't really logically make sense financially move is I was clearing out my truck last night because I'm trading it in. And there was just things that I was like, just throw it away, man. Yeah. Just throw it away. I bet I had 100 golf tees in my center console, and I have another 300 golf tees like in my garage, and I haven't golfed in months. And it's like,
well, I mean,
it's like, well, but I paid like $3 for these at Walmart one time.
Theoretically, I mean, I'll use them eventually, right?
That's exactly
over the course of my life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, surely so I threw those away. But there were so many things I was like, this is silly. You're spending this much on a truck and you don't even like, you're worried about this. Like, like I had sunglasses that were like the thing on the side had broken off, but I'd been like, super gluing them back together and they keep breaking off. And I was like, well, but I know those sunglasses were like $40. And I know that like, if I throw them away, they win. Like, it's just like always like me versus like the man. I don't know what it is, but I just struggle with so many little decisions like that.
Rachel and I feel like just conversationally, sometimes we'll talk about like our ongoing list of things that we promise to each other that no matter like how our lifestyle might change, get better, get worse, we will never spend money on that thing.
Okay.
And one of them is nice sunglasses.
Yeah.
Because I think you're eventually going to lose them or sit on them.
You're just too stressed.
And right now, when I buy $10 sunglasses, I have no attachment to them. There's no desire to like keep them nice.
Yeah.
Like I lost them. Oh, well, I got another pair in my car.
Right.
It's a nice thing to never splurge on.
Yeah.
The other thing is, Rachel has promised me she will never get into like nice jewelry or design or anything.
Okay.
So, and I was like, that's a great one to promise me you're never going to care about.
Yeah. Just have her promise you a lot more things.
Yeah. She's like, I do not understand why you would pay like $3,000 for a purse. Like that'll never, ever make sense to me. I was like, keep going.
Yeah.
That's great. Love hearing
that's
that.
the Iowa in her. You gotta appreciate it. Well, that was, I test drove 2 trucks and one of them was a previous owner was from Iowa. And
I bet they took good care of it.
Because of the Coop family, I was like, I'm kind of partial to that truck. I mean, yeah, the previous owners from Iowa people are nice. Like I think they probably did a great job with this thing.
I had such a similar thought. We were recruiting people to try and join. We're joining an indoor volleyball league soon.
Okay.
Me, Isaac, Luke.
Yep.
We got Rachel, a friend of hers who played college volleyball, and we were looking for one last girl. And so I hit up somebody at church, like, hey, I know a lot of volleyballs play here. And he texted me this girl. I ended up looking her up, like, let's see. And I saw she played volleyball in Iowa. I was like, I bet she's great.
Yeah.
I bet she's really nice.
She might be the girl for Isaac.
Hey,
you don't know.
farm girl.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It was fun. I was actually texting her yesterday, like, thanks for signing up. We're so pumped. She was like, what's the team like? And I was like, oh, I'll give you a full scouting report. So I like person by person told her what she'd expect out of him. Rachel, I was like, Division I conference, Missouri Valley Conference setter of the year, the most talented one on the court, but the least competitive. Also my wife. Luke Hoagland, I'm like, extremely smooth, very coordinated, about to have a kid soon. That might give us some more strength.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's distracted.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I was like, Isaac.
Wild card.
Will definitely be the most athletic one out of either team. An absolute liability in the back row. Like, we're going to have to cover him up.
You never know what's going to happen.
But if he's on, he's on.
That's fun.
Okay, real quick, and then we're going to get our shmores. I have a real quick sheltered kid moment, and a real quick people pleaser moment.
Okay, I have one thing to tell you as well.
Ooh, do it in between?
Sure.
Sheltered kid, this happened when I was like 10 years old, but it has to do with Shrek. I just thought of it. I remember some of my friends went and saw Shrek in theaters, and they came back to their house, and we're playing games in their house, and they were both coming back, and they were singing the song. They were kind of singing the song, "I'm a believer," and Sheltered Kid Me was like, "Good for them, they got saved." That is awesome.
Yes.
That is. They finally came around.
Well, why do you say her face? Then I saw her face.
Is this like a Catholic, like a Mother Mary?
Yeah. Okay.
Her face. Okay, what church was it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I fully thought it was like good for them. I don't know where they've been, a VBS or something, but they were singing the song and they are believers. That is so cool.
Went and shook their parents' hands. Said, "Good job, congrats."
Hey, welcome.
That's amazing.
Welcome to the gates.
And you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's so fun.
Yeah, I remember
That's so
exactly.
sweet.
It was
Yeah.
Lauren and Joey Fetty.
Oh,
Both of them. I was like, hey, brother, sister.
Fetty.
Salvation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's my Sheltered Kid moment of 22 years ago.
Okay. Hopefully, this is something that Hattie will remember someday. Like you remember their 10-year-old thing. Yesterday, when I was cleaning out my truck, I took all the change, every single penny. I'm not leaving any of that behind. They don't get that. Those are my pennies. And I gathered them all up, and I'm doing this game with Hattie where every single night she gets to go and count all the change. And if she gets it right, she gets the change. And if she gets it wrong, she has to wait till the next night.
Oh, it's a fun game.
Yeah. It's educational. It's motivational. I called it a scholarship. I taught her about scholarships last night. I was like, Hattie, I got something called scholarships when I was little. And it's because I was smart enough. And so people gave me money because I was smart. I was like, if you're smart enough to figure out how much money is here, I will give you that money. And she's all about it.
A daily challenge is so fun. I feel like humans, it's clearly psychologically like motivate. Like look at Wordle and stuff. It's like, oh, hey, it's midnight. New Wordle just dropped or whatever. Like, yeah, you give her a daily game.
Yeah.
Wake up, raring to go.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's just a little thing.
Well, scholarship.
She's also getting a little bit unhealthy about her love for money. Maybe not unhealthy, but
She's just more motivated.
she's pretty entrepreneurial these days. So our friends were over watching the Chiefs game last Sunday, and we have like friends with little babies, and then we have Scott who's got Palmer who's 5 years old. So like basically Hattie's age, and so they play well together. All of a sudden, I look over and Palmer's like crying to Scott's wife Sam. Like I was like, "What's going on over there?" And apparently Hattie had started this business where she had this great idea. Like when all your friends come over, I have all these Tootsie Rolls that she earned by like going to Awana and memorizing all the verses and stuff. She got a huge thing of Tootsie Rolls. She's like, I'm going to sell them to people. And so Palmer said, "Can I please have a Tootsie Roll?" And Hattie goes, "Yeah, for $1.
Yeah, for $1.
And Palmer was crying because she's like, "Because I don't have any money. And my mom won't give me any money for a Tootsie Roll." And I had to be like, Hattie, when we have guests at our house, we don't charge them for the food that they eat.
You're like, kids don't have money. You can ask adults.
Yeah,
You can't ask
right.
kids.
I was like, you can like go talk to Mr. Jake or whoever. And I was like, but they can say no because maybe they don't think that's the right price for that, and you can either decide. So anyway, I told her last night about what negotiable meant, like what that means. And so she's got her eye on a new dresser for her American Girl dolls on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, cool.
And so she's like, I asked Mom, Catherine reached out. Mom said we would pay $15 for that, even though they wanted to make us pay $20. And I was like, yeah, that's called negotiating, And so
that's
then we did
a fun stage.
We did like a whole like practice of like, okay, let's say this person wants to buy it for $15. This person wants to buy it for $20. Who would you sell it to? She's like, well, the person for $20. I was like, exactly, because you make more money. But I was like, but let's say this person doesn't want to buy, this person doesn't want to buy, this person wants to buy for $15. Who would you sell it? Whatever.
Yeah.
Just teach her all about that. She's
That's fun.
It's so fun, dude. It's so fun to
love
like,
it.
yeah, just like get her thinking about those things. It's like, you could sell it or you could just wait and think, I think somebody will buy it for $20,
Dude, I'm so ready to have like an 8-year-old, like 0 to 6. Don't get real fired up about,
Dude.
but I can't wait for 7 or 8.
You'll be fired up about all of them. It's also
Hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm sure I will be. But every time I think about children, I always think of like,
it's so
this
fun.
stage, never the early ones.
So Hattie last night got the monetary value right. And so she was putting all these coins in her little wallet purse thing. And she's like, Dad, I don't have like, there's just too many coins for this thing. Cause there's a bunch of pennies and stuff. And I was like, Hattie, tomorrow I'm going to teach you about consolidating.
Yeah.
And then she's like, can you teach me tonight? And Catherine comes in. She's like, we need to go to bed. Hattie's like, but Dad was going to teach me about consolidating.
Dad
just
was going to
sweet.
go over the time value of money and the break-even point.
Yeah. Or what were we talking about the other day? And Hattie just goes, that would be pandemonium. I was like, look at you. No,
Dad was going to teach me about SWOT analysis.
Oh, Dad was going to help me with my balance sheet. Yeah. With
We
the
haven't even got to
ledger.
credit.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted to support Hattie because I think that's so fun. But I truly just didn't have any money. So I was like,
Any
I don't have
cash?
anything on me. I'll go to my car later. And of course, Hattie never forgets a thing like that. You know,
Dude,
she was like,
she has
like an
mental
hour
note.
later, Mr. Jake, are you going to go to your car? I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot. Yes, I'll go right now. She also reminded me of Prince of Egypt too, which I didn't think she would remember that because it was on the podcast. Maybe she wouldn't. But yeah, first thing she said to me, Mr. Jake, when are we going to watch Prince of Egypt? I was like,
yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
We'll watch it real soon. So I think next week.
She's very excited about it.
But so I go out to my car, and I guess my wallet was at home, so it wasn't even there. So all I had in my glove compartment, was just foreign money, and so I had
I
like
heard
probably
you guys talk about
10
this.
different countries, and I would show her what country it's from and kind of how it looked, and she ended up choosing Guatemala.
Yep.
And she's like, I'm going to choose Guatemala because my grandpa's been there. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It was the very first
I heard
option.
you say like, this one's from Ethiopia. I've never even been there. I don't know how I got that.
I don't know. Some of these snuck in. I must have traded them with somebody back in the day.
It's fun, man. It's all good. So, all right, next, your last thing.
People pleaser moment of the I guess people pleaser were just psycho move of the week. I was doing laundry in a house of Rachel's in Florida, doing laundry by myself. I'm in my basement. Something happened where I pulled something out of the dryer and was like, oh, that's still wet. Okay, I'm going to toss it back in and I'll do another load with that in there.
Yeah.
I'm pulling other stuff out of laundry. I'm folding it. I pull that same item out again and realize like you just pulled that out. And out loud to myself, I said, sorry. I had to set it down and be like,
Wow. Like that habit runs deep.
I said sorry to myself. Like I said sorry to my inner consciousness.
Or were you saying sorry to the clothes?
I think it was to myself. Like, oh, sorry. Like, yeah, obviously, like we already know that one's still wet.
Dude, people are so weird by themselves.
Yeah.
Like I view myself as a pretty normal guy. I'm pretty weird sometimes.
We all are.
What was I thinking the other day as I was like walking up steps and I said something to myself? I was like, that's weird. If people knew I said that, they'd think I'm a weirdo. And I'm like, I bet everyone's doing weird stuff.
You know what? I think I might be discovering something about myself right now in this moment. Because you're right. Everyone is weird. You know, like my whole life, I've been driven nuts by unoriginality, by what's called basicness now. These basic phrases, these basic movie cliches. They've always driven me nuts. And maybe at the core of it, it is like, everyone's weird, so why would you be like anyone else? Like, why are you scared of saying something unique?
Yeah.
Why do you want a t-shirt that everyone else has with the same phrase on it that everyone's already seen?
Because all of a sudden it's like, wait, like you're being original. I actually kind of resonate with that. Like,
Yeah.
I resonate. Like you just admitted something like you thought was weird, and actually, I'm into that thing too. You know, whatever. So it's a good word.
Yeah, I don't know. The math ain't mathin'. I just don't know.
The math, math.
But yeah, I wrote that down. I was like, oh my gosh, I said sorry to myself.
That is wild.
That's interesting.
Sorry.
What does that mean?
What kind of tone was? Yeah, was it just like a?
sorry.
What was I thinking? Like sorry.
Yeah, it was like, oh, obviously. Like,
It wasn't like sorry.
no,
You know,
like that.
it wasn't like ashamed.
I'm sorry.
It would be like if 5 minutes ago you told me you were hungry, and then right away I was like, "You hungry?" Like, yeah, I just told you that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, duh.
Sorry.
Of course.
It's like
like that.
Instead of you saying "oops," like most people would say "oops" and that, like "oh, whoops," like "whoopsies,"
Ah, sorry.
"whoopsies."
Oh, see daisy.
That's good.
Anyway, I got something wrong with me. Let's do some shmores.
Okay,
When's the last time we did this? Who won?
you.
Hey, Dipcheck's here.
Dip checks, get on the s'mores.
All right, gotta go in.
Come on, baby. How are you, man?
Let's get him a mic.
Okay, cool.
All right, we got it set up. Dipcheck's out of mic now. He's gonna join us for s'mores. This is perfect timing. Let's let you go last, Alex. So time it. We'll just go down the line here.
Cool.
This is the s'mores of fast food items.
All right.
Let's go.
First up, I'm gonna go with. I have 3 things from Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna go Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Okay.
Good start.
Yep. I got about halfway down my list, and I was like, let's not try to overcomplicate this. Just choose
Yeah.
the best thing.
Yeah.
Which is what made the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich so great, is they didn't overcomplicate. It's like chicken on a bun.
Yeah.
And it's just really good versions of both those things.
We didn't invent the
Add a
chicken.
pickle.
We invented the chicken sandwich.
Exactly.
Do you get it with pickle time?
Yeah, I don't take it off.
Let me put it this way: I don't remove it.
I never even thought to get it without the pickle.
Wow.
Do you guys still do your shows in Chick-fil-A ever? Or is that just only special occasions?
We've only done one.
Has there only been one?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess we've shot
done
some videos in there.
Events and stuff there.
But yeah, the 1 year anniversary, our first episode on YouTube ever was in
Wow.
Chick-fil-A. And then now we've changed. We don't ever go into fast food places
Yeah,
to record
exactly.
podcasts anymore.
Good timing. That was my first thing that I wrote down as well. So that's a good answer.
Yeah, it's just solid.
All right. My first pick, I'm going to go with Taco Bell
Oh.
Cinnamon Twist.
Oh, wow. First pick going cities. First pick going cities.
I don't know. I'm sure probably would have been there in round 3, but I just want to make sure I nail the Cinnamon Twist.
It's your passion project. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, let's just get this on paper. Yeah, I mean, it's about the only thing I can eat from Taco Bell.
I was gonna say, do you just get cinnamon twists when you go there?
I'll be honest, I don't find myself at a lot of fast food places other than Chick-fil-A these days. But yeah, I think the last time I had Taco Bell would have been Cinnamon Twist.
Wow.
I think there's some nostalgia with it. Stratford, it was one of the only things Stratford had was Taco Bell. If you can get the dime on the little game they have, you get a new
Oh,
Cinnamon
yeah.
Twist. Like, it was just, I grew up on them.
And they're consistent. They haven't changed.
That's
They
true.
have not changed, dude.
Dude, sometimes I think about that. If I owned Coke, Kit Kat, Taco Bell, it would be so hard for me not to like change the recipe. Like, how do they just stick with something? Even if it's working, how do you not change it in 20 years? Oatmeal cream pie. They just taste exactly how I've always tasted. They never change them. That's absurd to
Jake,
me.
you're just too innovative. You're just too innovative.
It would just be, I love change. It would be very hard for me to just stick with like, yeah, this is what Cinnamon Twists are going to taste like forever.
Have you heard about New Coke?
Oh, in like the 80s?
Yeah, they like tried to change it and people just were like, that's a bad idea.
Yeah. So I guess they do change stuff all the time. They just call it something different.
Coke Zero or
Yeah.
whatever. Great answer. Not a first rounder in my opinion. Could have been a late value add. Wasn't on
it.
my list. But yeah, man, I think that Cinnamon Twist might be like the last great value in food. Like, I think you get those for $1 right now.
It's the only thing that's still probably affordable.
Yeah,
at fast
they're
food places.
inflation proof because it's just like fluffy nothing.
It's nothing.
Oh, it's so good.
Just
Though.
cinnamon and sugar.
Okay, I'm also gonna go Taco Bell for my first pick. I'm gonna go cheesy gordita crunch.
Wow.
My
Did anyone expect Taco Bell to be
goodness.
2 of the first 3 picks?
I didn't expect cinnamon twist. To be honest. But yeah, cheesy gordita crunch, man. It's just everything you need. It's got soft. It's got crunchy. I mean, it's Taco Bell.
It's got gordita.
So
All right, Alex, you get 2 now because we do a snake draft and then we'll come back around.
Okay, wow, that was a curveball.
only because you weren't listening.
Yeah, it
earlier.
wasn't listening. Yeah. So, question here: does it have to be on the dollar menu, or does it
No. Just,
No.
Okay.
Anything at a
fast food.
fast food, like
Okay, I'm gonna go Mickey D's.
Not the whole. You can't do the whole.
Not the
plate.
whole, not the whole, not just Mickey D's as a whole, but there is a certain item that I think would be a great one to say right now, which is the yogurt parfait.
Wow.
Yogurt.
it's making the cinnamon twist pick look a little better.
This guy needs to start his own acai bowl shop right here.
Talk about innovation as an 8th grader. I mean, think about it. Everyone else is getting the other items, but the parfait is so underrated. I mean, it's. What do you think?
Dude, no, that was like the lap of luxury. Like last episode, we talked about like
Things that made other people seem rich when you were a kid.
dude, I remember a kid in Sunday school one time like showed up with a parfait, and I was like, oh my gosh, I could.
Do you live in a mansion?
Yeah, dude. I don't know if they make those anymore.
I mean, they should.
They should go back.
Get
to
him at the Bondi menu.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like the original Bondi Bowl. Just yogurt
Which,
instead
have you
of
guys
acai.
heard about the new McDonald's
Yes.
in Illinois?
Yeah.
It's like 20 minutes from my parents' house.
Is it
and-
really?
Yeah.
What
so-
the one that's just drinks?
It's
Yeah.
Dutch Bros, but for McDonald's basically.
Yeah. What do you remember what it's called?
It has like a planet name.
Cosmix.
Yes.
Yeah, good word.
nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll have to try it out.
Okay, parfait. Wow.
Parfait, big curveball.
Wasn't on my list.
Parfait is an event twist for like Darko Milicic and Michael Olakandi first round picks.
I forgot parfaits were ever a thing at McDonald's.
They're good though.
Yeah, I did
dude.
not think about that.
Got to bring them back.
Yeah.
The number 2 I would say is Wendy's. Surely you guys have all dipped your fries in a chocolate frosty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, but what are you choosing there?
The chocolate frosty.
Okay.
Yeah, dang it.
That's
Yeah,
a
Wendy's
good one.
Frosty's
On my
good.
pick, yeah, or on my list.
That's a great second round pick.
Yep.
Yeah, fries is a great combo.
Well, because lately Aaron's been like, "Hey, can you grab me ice cream?" but like there's a Wendy's like 2 minutes from our house. I'm like, well, hey, what about Wendy's? And she's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So easy go-to.
So you're hitting up Wendy's Frosties pretty
Hitting
often.
up Wendy's. We don't have any acai bowl options in Columbia, so
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. You're a future thinker. So,
Innovative, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Frosties are nice too. Dang. I taught Bo the French fries and Frosty or like ice cream cone, I think is what we were using. And he thought it was the coolest thing ever. Okay. Cheese gordita crunch. Next one's going to be one that's near and dear to my heart. We had them at our wedding reception.
No!
oh,
I didn't think that would go now. Dang it. Oh! I thought I could get it later.
Does it make you feel better that I would have probably picked cinnamon twist? Honey butter chicken biscuit from Whataburger.
Dang it.
I know who I'm drafting with. I knew that Dimchek wasn't going to pick it.
that's
I've
true.
never had it. I don't think.
Oh, Timon. Do you know about it at all?
You should have gone to Brad's wedding when you were 7.
Where were you, man? I mean, it's another pretty simple, it's just biscuit, chicken, and this honey butter concoction that they make. And they technically only sell it for breakfast, but their breakfast starts at like 11 p.m.
11 to 11.
So, yeah, try them out. Whataburger's honey butter chicken, HBCBs as we call them.
Okay.
This Friday night, Timon, here's your plans. What are you doing this Friday?
Don't know.
Who
Great.
cares? Cancel whatever you were doing anyway.
Illegally download School of Rock, invite some friends over, watch that. And then, oh, wow, School of Rock's over. I'm not too tired yet. Oh, it's 11:15. Let's go up to 135th and 135th
69,
Street.
69 highway.
Hey,
And,
159th has one now. Close
Yeah,
to my house.
159th
Oh,
does.
okay.
159th's been blowing up.
Hey,
I told you.
159th?
I'm the location scouting for you guys.
You got your eyes looking out.
Alex is ready to give up equity and give it to Brad right now.
100%.
Yeah, and then go there after 11. They're so good. Get 2 of them as for extra honey butter.
Brad, I have a question though. Do any of the Texans that always talk about Whataburger, do they ever annoy you?
Do any of the Texans ever annoy me? Texans annoy me. I mean, I don't know. Not necessarily, because now we have them. But I don't think that Whataburger is the be all end all. And I think that any Texan that believes that is a little bit biased, because I think In-N-Out's really good. I think, whatever, we've talked about all of them. Shake Shack, Culver's, like there's a lot of good ones out there.
Good word.
But I don't know if that specific thing annoys me too much, except one of my buddies, we know him, Adam Kosh, shout out Adam. He claims that Whataburger is a really fast, like customer service establishment. And I think that is way too blanket of a statement. There's no rhyme or reason to that. Sometimes I can be in a Whataburger drive-through line for 30 minutes. And
Wow.
Him saying that is the
Annoying.
stupidest thing I've ever heard. Whataburger is the longest wait time of any fast food place I've ever been in my entire
really,
life.
consistently, everywhere?
Anywhere you go, any state, any location.
Wow.
Okay.
It is the longest wait.
Okay.
I've been there by myself and it takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I don't think Adam knows what he's talking
I've been
about.
there maybe 2 or 3 times ever, and it's been noticeably slower.
Yeah, we have to
The
go
ones
check.
in Kansas City are terrible.
Yeah, it's like, did everyone quit? Let's go make sure people are like still working here. Oh, they are. I don't know what they're doing back there. All right, my next pick. I can't believe it's still on the board. McDonald's fries.
So good.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
dip them in something. Don't dip them in something. It's a great, just like I need just something salty. Oh, get them and they're hot and you just eat them and they're gone by the time you get home.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, they're unbelievable. And with the app these days, you can get them cheap.
Oh, they're
mama.
free half the
I get
time.
it, free most of
Yeah.
the time. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
I don't understand people that don't like McDonald's fries.
What's not to like? It's salt.
What's not to like?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Salt and cholesterol.
All right, I'm gonna go Arby's curly fries.
Oh,
my next one.
I had a different company's curly fries.
I had a different thing from Arby's.
I'll see you in the 3rd round, brother.
And then I'm conflicted. I'm just gonna go for it. Panda Express orange chicken.
Oh, good pick.
And
I forgot about Panda. I love Panda.
I didn't think of that as fast food, but I think it is. Anything that's
Oh, it's faster than Whataburger.
Yeah, fair. Fast, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good pick. I forgot about Panda completely.
Thank you.
Orange chicken. Is that what you said? Orange chicken?
Yeah.
You and Jake, same life stage.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That's good. Next, I'm going to go with... Brad's hiding his screen.
don't be hiding that
Why
screen.
my piece?
We're going to go with back-to-back McDonald's ice cream cone. Also, one of the few things of like somewhat inflation proof. I feel like they're
Dude,
never
it's getting wild these days.
not too wild.
Dude, I get them.
Dude.
They're fluctuating. Sometimes they're $1. Sometimes you go place, they're $2. That's twice as much.
That ain't right.
Man.
That is double, man.
I just think it's great. I'm sure other places will sell you an ice cream cone, but for some reason, it didn't even cross my mind that Burger King would sell me just a cone of vanilla ice cream. I don't know. Maybe they do.
Yeah.
But like Wendy's, Wendy's, you get frosty. You don't get cones there. It's just like McDonald's has mastered the cone. That's where you get your cone from.
Do you
McDonald's.
Guys miss Twist cones?
Oh, yeah.
They did away with those?
Yeah, man. It's all vanilla these days.
Why do away with it? Just buy them. I'm sure the machines already come with a middle knob. Just
I know.
serve it.
Twist cones were the best.
They don't offer that?
No.
That's weird.
They don't do parfait.
Man, the parfaits, that's the real killer. But
Have the parfait be the middle knob.
Also, back in the day, do you remember you could get a free cone?
for
Remember
doing what?
Being a kid. It was
Being a little boy?
It was like a kiddie cone. It was like a tiny little
Oh,
cone.
I never took advantage of that.
Wow.
I did.
Missed out.
You guys
I lived in
didn't?
Illinois growing up, so
Yeah, there's no McDonald's there. It's
yeah.
not
kids.
good. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go with my third pick. I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna go Chick-fil-A fries. Their waffle fries
Nice.
are nice. When the salt hits it right, when there's the right ratio, it's special. So
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Specific sauce?
oh yeah, honey roasted barbecue.
Hey. That needs to be a separate pick.
Yes, I didn't say it.
I'm saying, what do you get with it?
Oh, by themselves is great. Yeah. But I do like honey roasted barbecue sauce.
It's always Chick-fil-A sauce for me.
Have you tried honey roasted barbecue?
I don't know.
Today's the
Dude.
day. Brad's buying.
Yeah, because it's like Chick-fil-A, but just better, dude. Like you're gonna
Really?
love it.
Really?
It's the rich
just
man's.
slightly better.
It's got a little
Feels
more
like
flavor.
impossible for something to be better than a Chick-fil-A sauce.
It's just slightly.
Okay.
I know. I understand.
do they
I
sell
understand
it
what
like
you're
they
saying,
do
Tom.
Chick-fil-A sauce at the store where you
They
can get
don't. A little more exclusive. Maybe there's something there.
exclusivity? That sells.
It's not even on the menu. It's not even on the menu of sauces.
Interesting.
What do you think
Good
that's
word.
about, huh?
All right, Alex, your final two.
Final two. Am I allowed to say a sauce?
Yes.
For a lot of your listeners, they will resonate with this one. Chipotle.
Oh.
It is you go to the counter and you say, "Can I have some dressing?" Guys, I'm about to blow your mind.
Thanks for coming, man.
I believe you.
So some of your listeners, they'll let you know in the comments. But if you go out to Chick-fil-A and say, "The dressing,
Can I have some dressing?
can I have some dressing?"
Chipotle or Chick-fil-A? Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that what I said? Right?
You said Chick-fil-A the second time.
Oh, my bad.
You're all
Chipotle. Chipotle, it'll change your life. And I was a doubter as well. My wife tried to tell me, and I'm like, no, there's no dress. Come on, that's stupid. And I'm telling you, every time now I put it on there, it makes it.
Are you
What
putting it on your bowl or do you get a
Um,
salad?
Well, I get a bowl, but you could probably do it a burrito too.
What color is the dressing?
It's like orange.
Orangish. I've had it.
You've had
See?
Chipotle dressing and never
See,
told me?
don't
I've
be
got a
hating on it.
Dude, you picked a dressing.
Hey, you said that was fair game. I'm telling you to all my haters out there, you'll experience it.
Interesting.
When you go
I've
ask.
never tried it on something that's not like the Chipotle salad. Because the Chipotle salad, they give you a lot more lettuce, obviously. So
Yeah, that's true. Try it with a burrito, shake it up, get it to go, shake it up.
Okay.
Do the Jake Triplet thing where you say, hey, a little bit more, a little
Yeah,
bit more,
yeah,
keep putting it on, and yeah.
Okay.
And the second one, Auntie Anne's.
Oh,
Shout out to the malls.
I guess that is
still in
yeah.
existence.
Okay.
I'll say this: I heard the lady who started Annie. I guess her name is Anne. On a podcast, she actually has an amazing story, and so I got to give a shout out to her. But I guess just like the cinnamon pretzel at Annie Ann's.
Okay.
When you're going through the mall next time,
Yeah. It's funny you choose mall instead of airport. You find yourself in malls more than airports?
I guess that's true.
No, but it does feel like a mall thing.
Like this specifically is the
Yeah.
Auntie Anne's in the mall. thing.
Cinnabons are
yes.
for airports. Yeah, Auntie Anne's are.
The cinnamon pretzel though.
Going back
Cinnamon
to things
pretzel,
just
cinnamon
like
pretzel.
rich people did, like when I was a kid. Like that's an Annie Ann's. Like that's a luxury.
That's what I was about to say. I've never gotten one.
I don't
I've
think I
never
have
had
either.
Auntie Anne's in my
Never?
life. No.
I don't think I have either.
Or maybe Cinnabon once.
Well, here's what's great about the story: is Annie Anne like grew up poor.
Well, she's making the rest of us poor. I don't know. That's cool. Yeah. That's
Annie Anne.
Okay, this is where the rubber meets the road. It's tough to choose just one. But can I do a salad dressing from Chipotle, or is that going to take it already?
Sorry, that one's gonna win. Actually,
People are going to come to your defense, I bet, for that. Maybe.
they will.
Okay, I'm going to go with a Dairy Queen Blizzard.
Oh, the Coops are gonna love that pick.
That's on my list.
Ooh.
I
Wow.
think some people these days, at least in Kansas City, there's been a lot of new frozen custard, a little bit of like this eliteness to like the ice cream game of Culver's and stuff. If you go back to Dairy Queen and get yourself a good old chocolate blizzard with M&Ms, nothing like it, brother. It is magical. And they'll even, go upside down with it.
I was going to ask you if they turn it upside down.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
I'm not sure if I ever get anything besides an Oreo blizzard.
Well, I'm sure
Yeah.
that's
That's
amazing
just
too.
a classic for me.
Yeah.
But the Dairy Queen food, though.
I've never had it.
Oof.
No.
Never?
Don't.
Maybe
Never,
once.
dude?
Maybe once.
Jake
No.
might be a fan.
It's an
but-
ice cream spot.
If I'm getting Dairy Queen food, nothing else was open.
Exactly.
And
my
I'll
point.
still eat it. I'll get the chicken tenders and it'll be fine. But it's because
The gravy or whatever they have there.
don't know about the gravy.
That's like the only fast food place I see that like they give you like a little side
I
of
think
gravy.
Dairy Queen food is good.
Hey,
Really?
I think they tricked you into thinking like that it's normal to get like the same meal that would cost like the same price as somewhere else and get ice cream as well. Like I think they're just making more money.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't even know about the gravy. I'm sure Alex, if he had a fifth pick, he would love to choose the Dairy Queen gravy.
I would
but-
love to.
Honorable mentions will do it. Yeah.
All right, my final pick is going to be cherry limeade from Sonic.
Ooh, fun.
Wow.
It was my introduction to this magical drink called a cherry limeade. Never heard of it. Didn't know it existed until Sonic opened my eyes. And it's the only place I think to ever get that drink. It's great. It's a mainstay there.
It does feel like they put cherry limeades on the map, at least for the Midwest.
Yeah, it was good for the cherry limeade industry.
Oh,
for Big Limeade.
Big limeade. Yeah, loves it. Big limes.
Okay. I'm just gonna go for it. Taco Bell nacho fries.
Ooh.
Dude, better than you think.
Yeah.
You had them?
Are those seasonal? Are they like
yeah.
the McRib?
They're in
Okay.
season now though, and I think they make them large now.
Season.
They're in season. Yeah, do you need a tag to get them?
The crops are ripe.
Good harvest this year?
Yeah, I think they recently came out with you can get them in large now because they always were like a tiny.
It's just
little
one.
box.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Growing
Cool.
up in our middle school, it was right before they did all those health initiatives with food that they're sitting.
Michelle Obama.
feeding you.
Yeah.
Oh
Big Obama
my
thing.
gosh, dude! Our middle school, we ate like kings,
Like Fat Kings.
and one of them, like the French fries, were like those nacho fry, like
Really?
crispy, whatever that is. So that was nice.
I think in that initiative with Obama, they called pizza a vegetable.
Oh, really?
So they were like pushing it. They're like, the food, or chart of what you should have at the top is vegetables. Get pizza.
There's a fun fact.
That all full circle there.
Really? There you go. That's fun. All right, I did not write them down. So, Timmy, can you remind us what you have?
Mine are Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, Arby's curly fries, Panda Express orange chicken, and Taco Bell nacho fries.
With the first pick, I chose cinnamon twist, and then McDonald's fries, and then McDonald's ice cream cone, and then Sonic cherry limeade.
All right, I got cheesy gordita crunch, honey butter chicken biscuit. What was my? Oh, Chick-fil-A fries, DQ Blizzard. I can't wait to.
I'm clearly the winner here. So I went with parfait, McDonald's, Chipotle dressing, and good old Annie Ann. You gotta support her.
Annie Ann's cinnamon
Annie Ann's
pretzel.
cinnamon pretzel.
He's like
and
getting the pathos vote. Like she was poor, guys. Vote for her.
come on, vote for her. She has a great story. And Wendy's Frosty. You can't-
Okay.
you
Yeah,
can't beat that
that's
one.
good.
Yeah, I had one good pick.
Yeah,
Love it.
Yeah, honorable mentions. I almost went with Taco Bell mild sauce.
Oh yeah.
From what I remember, that was just the bell of the ball.
I
when
get hot there.
I'm a Diablo
Hot sauce.
guy.
Yeah, it's probably all similar flavor, just different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did someone say McRib earlier?
we were talking about it.
Yeah. Would you
Yeah.
put that in honorable mention?
I mean, I feel like it.
Really?
It's only a select time. I mean, pretty good
Never had it.
before your time.
Yeah.
Chalupas,
Chaloops.
just nice. Cane's chicken fingers,
Yeah, it's on my list.
Jamocha shake from Arby's. You guys ever gotten
one.
down on Jamocha
That's
shake?
a good one.
Yeah. A double animal style from In-N-Out.
Oh, that's good. I put honey roasted barbecue sauce from Chick-fil-A.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That's a good one. Sausage McMuffin, and then McDonald's Coke or Dr. Pepper.
That's right. Yeah, I put McDonald's drinks,
Yeah,
like McDonald's
dude.
soft drinks.
There's something in there.
Shoot, what else was I going to say? Oh, cane sauce. I think that's also top notch.
Also so good.
Would you say Chick-fil-A sauce versus cane sauce?
Chick-fil-A,
I agree.
barely. Both good though.
Interesting. I don't know.
Not as good as the Chipotle sauce. Though.
I mean, so dressing.
Yeah,
I do a
dressing
sauce, like, oh yeah, he's gonna do one of those classic ones.
Well,
I loved it,
dressing.
dude.
Cool. Well, that was Shmores vote on our Facebook group this week. Alex, I'm sure your wife will let you know.
Annie Ann is a great lady.
She's a great woman.
Oh
She
my.
did big things. Alex is in town. We've got some business to attend to, some Bondi stuff. We're also speaking together at SBU, our
Lick 'em Bearcats, baby.
yeah, my alma mater, Alex's freshman alma. Didn't finish up there, but so yeah, it's gonna be fun to do try to think of a great keynote that didn't have two speakers. You know, I mean that's how they're all done. All the best ones,
Where
you
would
know,
Catholicism be without the Pope?
without the popes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that TED Talk that had two people. Yeah, no, it will be fun. Alex got the gig and was nice enough to throw me a bone.
Hopefully it'll go just as good as when Brad and I spoke to a group of farmers.
Oh,
It's
Literally, farmers.
it's hilarious that you guys have done a
Literally.
gig together before Alex and I did.
dude, that was such a wild night.
Yeah, how was it?
Well, first off, have you ever told your ghosties about this before?
Sure. Yeah, I
Ghosty
think so.
Nation, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can look back at the old episode, but I mean, literally, Brad and I are meeting for the first time.
That's true.
Pretty
yeah.
much. I mean, I think, you're out of town one time. I spent the
stopped by-
night.
yeah, at a house or something.
K-Life house. But we met, like, literally for the first time, we're in this random town. Do you remember the name of it?
Oh, no, I don't.
Tiny town in the middle of nowhere. And we start walking towards each other like normal people would do to, hey, dapping it up. And like the second our hands touched, do you remember what happened?
Yeah, listen to this.
I kid you not. Not only did the Casey's that we were at the gas station power go out, the entire, tell them.
Town. I mean, state of Missouri. I don't like.
You hit hands?
I promise, and for your ghosties out there, I am not exaggerating.
No, it was like boom, like just crazy lightning, whatever.
As we touched hands, and
Yeah.
I mean, and then we were just like, what happened? We're trying to, recover. So we show up to this event, and it's literally a group of farmers.
Yeah.
There's like this ag seed company, their 10-year anniversary
Christmas.
party.
Yeah.
And that's when like when they ask a speaker, you get these requests as a speaker, like, hey, come speak at this Christmas party, and you're like, really? Like, why? Like
Professional development during the party?
Yeah.
And so
It's a write-off then, I guess? I don't
so
know.
Brad and I show up to this thing, and first off, the weather was so bad. There was like tornadoes in the area.
Dude, yeah, it looked like we might die. Like, and I'm not that exaggerative of a person. I was like, this looks nasty out here.
We walk into this place. It's literally like a nice barn.
Yeah.
And I mean, all these farmers, they're drinking Busch Light. And the guy who set up the event, nice guy, farmer.
Yep.
And he sets it all up. And all right, guys, well, got a motivational speaker, So just imagine these. It's just like that's the worst, hardest, whatever.
Oh,
gig to
yeah.
get.
And they're like still eating dinner at this point.
I mean, they're eating dinner, they're drinking, all these things. It's this Christmas party, their 10-year anniversary or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And so I go, and tell them about the guy in the front row.
I mean, probably the last thing they want to do is stop talking to their friends. Like you're interrupting their party.
You were absolutely right, Jake. So guess what they didn't do?
Exactly.
Stop talking. Like this guy talked as loud as I would. Like he talked as loud as I would be talking to Timon right now.
In the front row.
While like just continuing on the conversation. And don't think of this place as like, oh, there's probably like 300 people there.
Or
No.
a stage or anything.
No.
Or like the microphones that you have are 10 times better than what they had.
The microphone didn't amplify it.
Didn't amplify. This is the funny.
I could hear that guy's conversation better than I could hear Alex.
So I had to go first, right? So he introduces me, like, all right, here's Alex. And there's like two people clapping, right? And I go, and I get like, I didn't really know fully that like Brad in the back row could barely hear me.
Yeah.
Right,
So
so
I was
he's-
trying
he-
so hard to
he's-
actively listen to you and like, hey man, you're doing great. Like, yeah, totally. Let me write down my goals for next year. Yeah, good
We're at
idea.
a Christmas party telling them about their goals. I'm like, what do I say at this thing? They're drinking their Busch Light, like, all right, speaker, whatever. And then so I hype Brad up. Like, I'm like, all right, we got to get something going. So I'm like, and now the comedian all the way from Kansas City, give it up for Brad Ellis. And they, they're clapping. And then I realize I'm in the back row. I'm like, I can barely hear Brad on the mic.
Oh,
so
dude.
it was like,
and I was talking so loud because I knew that I couldn't hear you very well.
Having to do loud stand-up comedy, not ideal. I would.
So anyway, I just got married recently.
Let me know if your wife does this too.
Yeah.
Her purse. Can you guys hear me? I'll act it out then.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, it was wild.
that was a riot. And yeah, it was a good memory though.
I made like one offhand comment about Democrats and they liked that, and so I was like, I guess I'll lean into that more. And so I just went off on a tangent for a while.
I will say, when you had the Democrat joke, because I was back there with like the owner, the guy that brought us in, like I was just laughing as hard as I could, getting him going, like, come on. But he was loving it though. He was like, more of these jokes. So that was a good memory.
They did like
So,
that. I just, my interpretation of farmers, and this is a little bit stereotypical one way or the other, whatever, but like Kansas farmers, in my experience, all the ones I know are like good, Christian, humble men.
Yes.
These guys were like the opposite of that. Like these guys were like ready to go get down, ready to party, ready to like, and so all my jokes were like, oh, this would go well. Like I'm thinking of, Trey Kennedy, like, audience of like Christians and like whatever. And then I was like, oh man.
I don't think I told
these
you
guys want somebody raunchy and like
after the event, like, so they had all had a bunch of drinks,
Yeah.
right? They were all, and this is just this company, right? And we didn't know what we were stepping into. And the owner, he definitely had a lot of drinks. I remember, he'd paid us to show up and come, which was really nice of him to do. And so he's like writing this check. It took him all. And I remember it was the windiest day in America's history that night. And I remember walking out with that check and it almost like slid. I was like thinking, I cannot imagine going to Brad after that of what we just went through and being like, we literally just didn't get paid.
I lost the check.
Like you go home to Catherine, you're like, babe, it was for free.
Catherine would call you, be like, you pay that man anyway. That's so funny, dude.
So yeah.
Oh, that was
You're like, what's the best way to secure a check? Do I put it between my hands?
that was truly work. Like it was
Truly
like,
work.
I mean, on paper, it's like, yeah, you got this great dinner, you get drinks, you get whatever. Like you don't have to drive very far. Easy. Like
And the weather was so bad, like half the farmers, they're like calling in the main
Oh,
farmer,
yeah.
like, hey, Dale, we can't
Yeah.
make it. The sheeps need to be in tonight. So it's like,
yeah,
the guy was mad already because of that. So
he's in a bad mood because no one very few people. I think there was like 50 people versus like 150 was supposed to be there and stuff.
but your
It was-
jokes got him going.
yeah,
so.
I don't know, man. Anyway, it was something. So
Jake-
hopefully SBU goes better than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully SBU will get him going, Jake.
It's
Jake, if you have any jokes you've been thinking about that you're primed and ready for?
for SBU. I don't know. I mean, I think I'll probably just do what I normally do. Trying to think. I remember when I did that gig at C of O, which you were there for.
I was there.
One of my first jokes, I was talking about how I grew up in a small town. Anybody know Stratford? Great. Yeah, in one of those towns, they had like one stoplight and one Democrat. That usually gets a little bit of laugh. And then I followed up and I say, we do have two now. And then right when they start to snicker, I say black people, which is like kind of a fun misdirection. Normally that gets a pretty good laugh. At C of O, this is the point when they're like, they're like looking to the side, like, oh, black. He said their race, so might not do that one. I don't know why that didn't fly at a Christian school.
You're beating yourself up because I was in the audience, and the coolest thing about that was all your jokes at the end. Like there was like students who'd be like, our student body needed those jokes. Like we needed to not be so serious.
You're a social justice warrior,
Yeah, so
man.
Jake, it worked. I was a fan that night. It worked, and they needed a little because my sister works there, and so she's
That's
like,
right.
oh, they were loving Jake. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah, by the end of the night, I was Hillary Swank. I was freedom rider. Like, do you want to come teach our African American studies class? You clearly have a grasp on it. So, no, I don't know how much I'll cater. I mean, obviously, we'll just have. I don't know about jokes, but we'll have so many SBU stories to tell. And
Yeah.
and
can't
in
wait to talk about that.
2020, I spoke in Kansas City at Bridgestone, and you came on stage with me, and we juggled together.
The things I've said yes to in my life. I mean, just like,
Well, that's your future book title is just say yes. But
Just say juggle together.
just say juggle together. Yeah, that was fun. All right, well, let's get out of here because it's 1:15 p.m. We haven't eaten lunch yet, and we should have shmores about fast food. So
I know.
I'm pretty hungry.
Every time somebody had an answer except for Chipotle dressing, I was like,
hey,
oh yeah.
hey, Chipotle on me right after this if you want.
Hey!
I'm talking about that's 2 free lunches.
Wow.
Brad has already
I owe
offered.
you guys Chick-fil-A, but
Oh.
we'll do Chipotle now.
Well,
Chipotle sounds awesome.
after Brad's been talking smack on it, he'll accept the free lunch.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. All right.
cool. Let's do it.
All right. We love you guys. We'll see you next week.
See you Monday. See you, Ghosties.
Bye, Aaron.
See ya.
Hey,
Bye,
see you, Aaron.
Hey, peace out. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah. Hey, what do you need to plug, Alex?
Aaron, you're the best. If you're breastfeeding at home right now, thank you for
You're
supporting.
the breast.
I thought you were going to say like Streamline Books. but
Streamline
yeah.
Books, if you
Breastfeeding. Breastfeeding.
WriteMyBook.com. WriteMyBooks.com.
WriteMyBooks.com.
Bondi Bowls.
I know this. You two have a book in your future. I know Ghosty Nation. Look, he's
What a
about to dap it
line.
up.
Oh,
Power might go out. Power might go out.
No.
Yeah, the power might go out, but Ghosties need a book, and I know they'd get it going. They'd support you guys. We'll get it going.
Guy never quits.
yeah. Golly. Turn it off, bro.
I got to write a book. That's why he's taking us out to
Well,
lunch.
Jake, our company writes the book for you. You don't have to write a book.
That's right.
Here he goes again.
All
right, I'll do it.
Wait, do you believe Stephen A. Smith wrote his own book?
Have
you heard about
no
this?
comment? No comment.
There's all this there's like drama right now
Really?
because he has a memoir out and people are like
Are you saying
claiming
it's
that he lied about
Chat
it.
GPT?
Yeah.
No comment.
Hey.
All right.
All right. See you guys Monday. And if you're breastfeeding out there,
Keep it up.
Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday.